So good morning, all of you. This is our first session. So you can just see this, guys. Let me share the PPT. Okay. So listen me, guys. Most probably, like most of you guys are already aware of introduction of SAP, but even you have to listen my version of SAP, what I learned from last 15 years. Okay. So most of the people, even they don't know. Even 2 days back, last Friday, when I was talking with my manager, he's the ERP director. Above my level, the India level, he's the only one person. He's saying SAP. He's saying SAP. SAP, we need the skill set, he say. I told him, sir, it's not SAP, it is a SAP. Oh, really? He's saying. So, such a senior people, they don't know what is SAP. So, SAP is not the right term, guys. Just use it as SAP. Just call it as SAP. India will call it as SAP, but other countries, if you go, most of the countries will call this as SAP. 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 They will call like this. SAP. SAP. So, SAP is the pig in German terminology. They are from Germany and they don't use their product name as pig. So that's why. So try to use the right terminology. Even if they don't understand, even in India, most of the people, if you use SAP, then only they will understand. Even any of the job recruiters, when they are contacting you, they will use SAP. Correct them. You are the right person. Okay, you are the basis consultant. When you are talking with your customers also, just guide them. So last 50 years back, 4 IBM employees, still 3 people are with SAP. One guy left SAP very long back and he started a different company. So 3 people, now we have total 5 people. There are some new guys also part of SAP today. These 4 IBM employees, they started the company called SAP AG in 1972. So before they start this organization, they used to work with IBM. Listen me carefully, guys. It's purely theory. Even today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, till this Friday, complete theory. So these 4 IBM employees, they started the company called SAP AG. AG stands for Germany. Germany. In India, all the company names would end with India Private Limited. If you go to US, company names would end with the INC, Incorporation. Dubai, Middle East, these countries you go, the company names would end with LLC. So each and every country, even if you go to Singapore, it will end with SG. So the company names would end with specific convention like AG, SAP AG, Skull Candy AG, Bendpack AG. All these are the companies from Germany. So before they start this company called SAP AG, they used to work with IBM. While working with IBM, guys, listen me carefully. While working with IBM, they used to work with the Java platform. And Java, you know, right? Java is kind of a software they will develop. So any of the customers, they approached IBM. IBM will take the requirements from the customer. They will take the requirements from the customer and they will hire the development teams. They will hire the teams like project managers, leads, consultants, developers. They will keep the development teams. Then they will start developing the product. So if you have it, like if you have a function last 20 years back, guys, anyone can answer. Last 20 years back, if you have function at home, you want to have a shirt or pant. What we used to do earlier? Anyone from the group? Last 20 years back, what you used to do? If you want a shirt or pant, for a function?
I think shirt, sir.
Pardon?
Shirt.
No, you need the shirt.
No, we
And
just
what will
go
you
to
do?
we just go to the cloth shop and we buy the cloths, and we just went to the tailor shop and we stitches the clothes.
Exactly. Exactly, guys. But today, what you're doing now? I have a function tomorrow.
Just go to the class and buy whatever we require.
So, guys, listen me. Mute yourself. Guys, even IT also, last 20 years back, if you want a shirt or a pant, marriages at least 3 to 4 months earlier they used to prepare, because stitching is not a small thing. There are a lot of cloths we need to go for stitching. And first of all, you need to search for the right cloth. We need to go to multiple shops to get the items what you want. Sometimes 3-4 days only to get the cloth we used to spend, then find a right tailor. And blouses in one shop, shirts in one shop, trousers like suit is in a different shop. Okay, so different items, different stores they will stitch. And again, tailor, how much time it will take? If you have a huge cloths, like entire your family is giving the cloths there, so how much time it will take it? So 10 days, 15 days, right? 15 days, sometimes 1 month also. If you have the count is very high, they will take 1 month also. Correct, guys?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
But today,
Yes,
what we are doing now, right from the engagement till the marriage, only within 15 days or max 1 month, the marriages are getting planned, right? So how this is possible, guys? We are just going to the ready-made shop. We are going to the ready-made shop. You can try your shirt, pant, suit, sari, or whatever it is. Only blouse stitching. They are going to the boutique, and most of the designer wears, even the blouses also they will be available. And only 5 to 10% customization will be done by the tailors who resides there. But rest of the 80% will be ready by default with the different sizes. So what is getting changed here? That we are saving the time as a customer. We are spending the money and time even here and there. Even in the tailor-made products, ready-made products, we are having the same time, same money. But here we need to save the time, because we have seen a lot of issues while you're fighting with the tailors. Tailors, they don't deliver the items on time. Most of the cases, we have seen that. And next, if they are giving on time also, most of the times our fathers, they fought with the tailors. The measurement was not good. It is not fitting your father or mother or sister. And even we quarrel with the tailors, and again they have taken the item, they restitched it. Then we have seen all these things. So that's why we are not confident enough whether we'll get these items for the marriage or not. That's why we used to say, if the marriage is by 30th of September, we used to say 25th or 24th or 20th. Then only we used to give at least 10 days buffer time will be there. That's how we managed from very long time. Even in IT also, till last 20-30 years, guys, until SAP has come into the market, if you are starting a small real estate company or oil and gas company or manufacturing company or textile industry or any organization you guys are starting, you need a software to run the business. If you need a software for you, you have two options, guys. The option one is you can contact these IT companies for any of the product development. That means you want to have a product which is specifically designed for your requirement by using either Java, .NET, PHP, Python. So if you tell them we need to have a product which is specifically needed for our organization and it should not be shared with anyone else. So then in that case, these IT companies will take the requirement, they will hire the development teams, they will start stitching the product, and like they will split every entire project into multiple modules. module 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. So finally, the product will be ready after 3 years, 4 years of time. So minimum 2 years it will take it. With less than 2 years, not 100% it won't take it. So today real estate is very hot in the market. That's why these guys have started organization. They want to do the business, but they have the land ready, they have the customers ready, they have all the permissions ready, but to do the business they don't have the software. So if they want to if they want to have the operations, they need to wait until they get the software. Correct, guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
So all these companies, they started thinking about the solutions. Is there any ready-made solutions available? But even when we are fighting with the tailors also, we may think like if you have some ready-made concept, it would be good. So 1990s, late 80s, 1990s, ready-made concept has come, and even earlier days, no one knows how the ready-made concept will come. Even I remembered ready-made class, it won't be fit for us. Even they have not taken the requirement to us, then how they stitch the product, like all these doubts were there earlier. So but today we are completely adopted, we are completely depends on the ready-made concept. Even the ready-made companies are changed. If you just talk about 40 in India, most of the cases we don't get it, but other countries, if you buy a shirt or pant, if you talk about 40 1.4, 40 half, 40 and half, 40 3/4, then 41, then 41 1.4, 41 and half, 41 3/4, then 42. So 100%, if you are really particular about exact fitment, 41 42 41 41 to 42, India it's available. In India especially 40, then 42, then 44, it will be like that. But sometimes we may feel that 40 is small for me, but 42 is big for me. Then even we are thinking like if you have in between, something is good. But other countries, especially some brands like Marks and Spencer, SR Lever, G Star, there are some brands like this. You will get the brands with the specifications which I told you just now. That means 99.9% fitment you will get it. Even the pant also. Pant, if the waist size is somewhere around 32, 32 with height 28, 32 with height 30, 32 with height 30, 32 with height 32, like multiple sizes you will get it. So we don't want to go for the tailor. We don't want to think about the tailor who will alter the shirt or pant there. Even most of the people, they don't have that time to wait there. So some brands, they're stitching like this. Exactly, this is the concept will be used in SAP also. So last 40 years back, these 4 IBM employees, they started thinking about the ready-made concept because they are working with the Java. They are working with Java, but most of the customers are changing the requirement frequently, because when they are giving the requirement or when you are developing the particular module, it is taking 3-4 months of time. Within 3 months, requirements are getting changed. Yesterday there was a VAT, today there is a GST. Again, requirement has to be changed. And today the tax slab is like up to 30% slab is there for 15 lakhs and above salaries. And tomorrow the tax slab will be changed. So again, the code should be changed. So that's why these are the challenges we have. These are the challenges we have, and most of the customers are not happy. And even the development teams also, eventually, like they are changing the code based on the customer requirement. Even when I started my career, the development projects were like this in India, and most of the projects are failed in India in late 2000 year 2000 till 2005. The situation was like that. So the first product from SAP they released is SAP R1, realization one tier architecture. Realization one tier architecture. So realization or real time, people are calling it as real time also. Even we can call it as realization. The meaning of realization and real time, guys, in Java.NET, when the developer, when he's stitching a product, he has to visualize the product, then only he can stitch the product. How the product the customer wants, the product you want, they need to visualize, then only they can write a code. But in SAP, it's a ready-made software. As already we know that it's a ready-made software. That means whatever you think, you may see on the system. We don't want to visualize anything here. So that's why we can call this as real-time product. So one tier architecture was introduced, and moreover, as I told you just now, ready-made concepts, all the ready-made shops in India especially, we don't have any written policy, but other countries you go, in US especially, you go to Macy's, Target or Walmart, any store you go, any item you buy, 30 days written policy will be there. 30 days written policy will be there. That means you can buy a shirt or pant or TV or AC. You can use it for 30 days. Some of the electronics will get 90 days written policy, especially like Costco. Costco is a store, will get 90 days written policy. So that means customer should be happy because the product is ready made and customer has not given the requirement. That's why customer wants the flexibility to use this product for a month. If they are comfortable, they can pay the money. If they are not comfortable, they can return back. So that's why the quality wise, ready-made products, they don't compromise. But software development is not like that, guys. Software development, Java.NET, whether the product is successful or failed, whether the customer is happy with the product or not happy, finally, customer is the sole loser. Or if the product is good, he is the owner. That's it. But ready-made concept is not like that. Ready-made, if the customer feels comfortable, then only the product he will buy. Otherwise, they don't buy. So SAP is like that. Even any customer, they want to go with SAP. They want to have this product in their organization. 1 month free of cost, they can use it. 28 days, 4 weeks, they can use it free of cost. Within 4 months, they can use this software free of cost. If they are comfortable and they are very happy with the product, they can go for the licensing. So the people who started working with SAP R1, and there are few customers, they got the licenses and they started working. And first 28 days, everyone will get a product free of cost. But they raise the concern like presentation and database are located in the single tier architecture. One tier architecture in the sense, if that particular organization is giving one hardware, if they are giving one CPU or hardware, in that you are installing first database you are installing. On top of that, if Chandra is trying to communicate to the database, Chandra can work with the system. So that means they have given one CPU or one laptop to me. Here they are giving one tier architecture. There is no separate databases. So database is installed. I'm just logging into the system to do some activity. So I have 10 departments here, like finance department, sales department, material management, logistics. There are multiple departments who have here. So all these departments to work, only one department or one person at a time, they can connect to the DB, because in my laptop, how many people can connect at the same time? If I have the database is installed, if SAP is installed in my laptop, how many people can connect at the same time, guys? If my laptop is the database is installed here, how many people can connect on my laptop at a time?
Only one.
Only one. That means if the GUI is installed in my laptop or desktop, only one person can connect at the same time. That means when the finance department is doing something, other departments, they cannot able to work. If the sales is working, then other departments, they cannot work. So that is the problem, guys. That is the problem. That is a major challenge raised by the customers who are using SAP products. The product was really good, but only the problem is, even in case of Java.NET, one department, one software development, they used to have it, separate databases they used to maintain earlier, but now all the databases are located into single hardware. It is really impressive, but only the problem is only one person or one department at the same time they can work. Multiple departments, they cannot able to work. That is the reason SAP R1 was failed. In fact, SAP R1 was failed, but they have very good customer feedback, except the architecture part. Rest everything is good. That's why, to at least to support the existing customers of SAP R1, SAP, they started working on the solution. Finally, 7 years later, that is 1972 to 1979, almost 7 years later, they released the product called SAP R2, realization 2-tier architecture. So that means presentation and database is separated. The major challenge in SAP R1 was only one person or one department at a time they can work. Now what they did is, presentation is separated from the DB. Now we have 10 people in the group, 10 people, you can install SAP GUI in your laptop or desktop. You can install SAP like this, SAP GUI you can install and add your database details or your server details, and 10 people at the same time you can connect to the DB. That means all the departments at the same time you can connect to the DB. Getting all of you?
Yes,
So,
sir.
Yes, sir.
SAP R1, the problem was architecture, everything is located in the single hardware. Now, if you have 10,000 employees, 10,000 employees can use one presentation. That means they can install SAP GUI in your laptop or desktop. At a time, they can connect to the DB. So, the problem is resolved. This is even really good, and at least they started getting some good market in SAP R2. Even this they released as like temporary version called 28 days. It's a trial version they used to give. Within 28 days, any customer can decide whether this product will be suitable for their requirement or not. If they feel comfortable, then they can go for the licensing. So most of the people, they started working with SAP R2 and they're very much comfortable. But later, once, as soon as they started working and as soon as they allowed multiple presentation systems, where is the security? So directly, all the even in my laptop, there is a presentation. I'm not the employee of so-and-so organization. So I got the credentials from Chandra credentials, I got it. I installed my GUI in my laptop and I'm trying to connect to the DB. Where is the security? Even unauthorized users also can hit the DB. If I'm a very good ethical hacker, I can get these details from Chandra or Venkatesh or someone, and I can log into the database and I can crash the DB. Anything can be done. So where is the security? So to fix that security issues, again, they started working on the solutions. So finally, 1992, 13 years later, in between the presentation and the database, they introduced application server concept, middleware. You know Telugu, I know English. We both don't know common language, but if you want to communicate it, we need to have an interpreter. The same way, application server will take all the requests from different presentation systems, and it will verify the request whether the user is a valid user, they have a valid request, or they have valid credentials or not. It will verify, then it will connect to the DB. So that means on the R2, if 1,000 requests are generated by the presentations, 1,000 requests will hit the DB. How many requests are valid? How many requests are like how many users are authorized users? That will be verified by the DB. Then out of 1,000 requests, only 500 requests are genuine, means rest of the 500 requests are waste, time waste and resource waste in the database. So that database, we should not trouble. We should not trouble. If you go to the bank, guys, there is a cashiers. There is a cashier. Cashier will verify your details and everything. If they feel you are a valid customer, then only he will go to the locker and he will get the money. If you don't have any cashier, you, even if bank is giving a locker to you, that directly as a customer can go to the locker and they can take the money. So why they are not giving like that? So that means that is not safe. That's why they have a team in between the lockers and the customer. There is a cashier, there is a manager. They will validate everything. If they feel yes, the customer is genuine, customer request is genuine, then only they will allow you to go to the locker to see all your items. So the same way, there is an application server concept, and to introduce this, they have taken 13 years of time, and finally 1992 July 6th, they released the first product called 3.1. Earlier it was SAP R2, and later they renamed it as R3. The first version called 3.1, three-tier 3.1 is introduced, 4.0B, 4.5B, 4.6B. Like every year, one version they released. After 4.6B, later 90s, internet was introduced, guys. That means the customers are already working with the three-tier architecture. If you have 10,000 employees across the globe, 10,000 employees are connecting to the application servers. If one application server is not sufficient, you can implement another application server. So like this, how many application servers you want it, you can use it. So then finally your request goes to the database. So database is precious. Only authorized and verified request will be sent to the DB. If something is going to the DB, means the meaning is database has to process your request. Why? Because the complete verification, everything will be done by the application server itself. Getting, guys?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Any questions so far?
No, sir.
No, sir.
If you
No,
have
sir.
any questions, you have to stop me there itself. Got it, guys?
Okay,
Okay.
okay, sir.
Yes, yes, okay.
Okay. Next, listen me carefully, guys. So SAP R3 was released, but once internet was introduced, the way the companies are running the business was completely changed. Each and every organization, they want to utilize internet to run their business. But where we can fix internet in this three-tier architecture? Earlier, three-tier means by using either local area network or wide area network or any of the network, we used to set up a landscape. But now, internet has come in between. So where we can fit this internet? By using internet, all the customers across the globe who are connecting, they want to see. Earlier, if you want to work with any of the company database, you need to go to office, we need to go to the company VPN or ODC, and then only we can able to connect to the particular network. When I started my career, if I want to connect to my company server, only office laptops, there is a separate network they used to maintain, and there only we can connect. If I am at home, we cannot able to connect it most of the cases until and unless they have a separate VPN device they give. But today, you know, by using internet, I'm sitting at home or I'm just connecting from my mobile. From mobile also, I'm operating most of my work. Most of my work in a day, out of 9 hours of my job, you know, my laptop will be on. But even my job is to monitor the teams. If they need any support, I need to jump into it. In 9 hours of job, hardly I will be on the system for hardly 1 hour of time, not more than that. Most of my work will be done from my mobile itself. But how this is possible, guys? Last 20 years back, this was not possible, but today how it is possible? So that is just possible with the help of internet was introduced as another layer in SAP. Earlier, internet was a medium to connect it, but now internet is a separate layer. So, you know, the Google or web server concept is there. Using internet is different. Using internet as a medium is different. You know, from internet, any request you send, the request, sorry, in presentation, any request you send, the request will be sent to the respective country's web server. For example, have you seen Google? I'm sitting in India, guys. I'm sitting in India and I'm searching about Richmond Road. I'm searching about Richmond Road. I just typed Richmond Road. I'm sitting in India. My friend is sitting in US. We both are typing Richmond Road in Google. So what kind of recommendations I'll get it? What kind of recommendations my friend will get it, guys? Anyone can open. Same recommendations I'll get it and same recommendations he will get it?
No.
Why? Where is the difference? Same Google we are using, right?
Because you are in India and your friend is there at America.
So who is validating? Is it application server or internet? Internet, guys, not the application servers. We didn't reach the application server. Internet. Google.com, google.co.in, google.co.us, google.co.uk. Based on your IP address, the local Google server will take your request. It will, even if I type Richmond Road in Bangalore, will get a recommendation. The distance is so and so. Richmond Road is famous for so and so. We'll get a recommendation. So if I type the same question in US, Richmond Town in Virginia, or Richmond Road in somewhere else, Westmont in Chicago, Westmont in Novi, Westmont in Farmington Hills, or the distance from Detroit to Novi, Detroit to Jackson, what is the difference? What is the distance? Everything will display. So that means internet is playing a major role in validating the user request. The successful users will send the request to application server. That means from the presentation directly the request is not hitting the application servers. With the help of internet, it is hitting the application servers. Are you getting, guys?
Yes.
So,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
earlier the way we are working is different, but today how we are working is different. So now we cannot call this as a 3-tier architecture. Why? Because internet is it is acting as a 4th tier. That's why once internet based applications are started developing, they introduced here after internet on SAP R3 4.6b and R3 4.7e was introduced. 4.7e they introduced web application server concept. Web application server. You know the application server, but they introduced web application server. That means internet is integrated into application server called web application server. Are you getting, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so web application servers are 2 types. Web application server Java, web application server ABAP. There are 2 types of application servers they designed. One application server is for the local users. One application server will be for global users. Local users in the sense the people who are coming to office, who are in the network, for them WebAS ABAP is enough. The people who are connecting from the Internet Explorer. Okay, I'm using SAP logon pad to connect to my server, my company server. Internet, I'm using it, but I'm using SAP GUI in my laptop or desktop. In that case, I need to have WebAS ABAP. So Rajesh he don't have like a GUI in his mobile. What he is doing? He is opening www.company hostname port number so and so, and he is connecting to the company server. In this case, he need WebAS Java. There are 2 application servers. Listen me carefully. So application servers are two types, web as ABAP, web as Java. Only web as Java will allow the request only from the Internet Explorer. But if the people are connecting from SAP GUI like this, then we need to have a web as ABAP. So some companies will have both the stacks. That means company will allow as a customer, I can use either GUI or I can use like a web browser. Guys, very simple. I have ICICI Bank account. ICICI Bank app is installed in my phone or my desktop, or I am using Internet Explorer like www.icici.com. What is the difference in these two cases, guys? Both are same or different?
Both are same.
Then why we are installing app? Then why we need to connect? Why they want to give two different modes?
Because for application, we need to install in our mobile only. For web browser, anyone can access the web portal as per their requirement.
Just assume if they are using SAP, if they are using SAP, the traffic from Internet Explorer, where it will go, the traffic from the app which is installed, where it will go. Are you getting, guys? You got my point, what I'm trying to say? Are you getting, guys?
Yes, sir.
ICICI.com, I opened, I entered my user ID, password, I'm connecting. Okay. The request which is generated from www.icici.com, where it will go and how it is processed. And the people who are accessing ICICI portal through app, one small app is installed in your desktop, you're accessing. So where this request will be processed?
App application will go directly to the ICICI servers.
Okay.
And web servers we are using, it will take some time, I think.
That means web browsers will take your request, then only it goes to
ICICI
because
servers.
the traffic allowed is 10,000 requests per second. For example, only 10,000 requests are coming up, it will hit the application servers. Otherwise,
Yes.
it will be on the hold, right?
Yes.
Exactly the same scenario in SAP. From Internet Explorer, who is connecting, their request will be sent to web as Java. If the people are connecting from SAP logon, this is app only. You are installed SAP GUI as an application in my desktop. Getting, guys? So we know how many how many presentations are installed in our organization. We'll come to know that count. Okay. But Internet Explorer, how many people are connecting? We don't know, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So that is the reason we can understand these are the two different application servers are needed. You got the difference, guys? Why we need two application servers? You got it?
Yes, sir.
All of you.
Yes, sir.
If
Yes,
you
sir.
have any questions, you can stop it itself. If you don't understand, I'm ready to explain again.
Sir, could you explain one more time, sir?
Who is this?
Achut, sir.
Okay. So Achit,
So one doubt here, Ramesh. Like both the case you are calling as a web in the sense.
everything is
like-
web today. Everything is
No,
running
no,
to web only.
No. You are saying that the SAP login is a client desktop application. It's a client
Exactly.
application, desktop application. It is.
Exactly.
It is no more related to web, right?
Yes, that's correct.
But here you are calling as web as ABAP, web as Java. So what makes the difference between both? In the both cases, you are calling as web.
Exactly. So listen me carefully. Earlier application server will take the request only through your local area network. Your normal application server will take the request only through local area network. That means if the customer is not in the network, he is outside of the network, they are connecting from internet or they are connecting by using internet, like even in my case, you can take.
But I have one doubt here, Ramesh. So if you connect from outside also through VPN, they will connect to the internal network. The
Correct.
VPN will take care.
Correct.
VPL given to the internal network IP. So
Yes.
the
You
they
can
will
see here.
using the VPN connection, they will connect to the internal network. So
Yes.
it doesn't mean that whether they are going to SAP, they are going to connect to Oracle, they are going to any other application internally. Through VPN, they will enter into the internal network and they can access any system, any server, any application. So here in SAP, what make difference?
I didn't get your question.
No, you have said that previously it is not allowing outside connections. You are saying, right? Means someone connecting from
Until
internet.
and unless you have a SAP router string, we cannot able to connect it.
No. What I mean to say, like, see, we have VPN connectivity, right? VPN means from outside the internet world, we will connect into anywhere we will connect to the internal network.
Exactly.
That is a public network. This is a private network.
Private network.
So connecting from public network to the private network, we use the firewalls, VPN, whatever you call it. It's taken care by the network team. It's a secure connection.
Yep.
So when someone connect to the internal network, so he can access any server, any system, any application, any database internal. Why? Because in now once he connected through VPN, he treated as the internal guy. Means the connection.
That's correct.
So here you are saying some before that internet and after internet you are saying something, but I didn't get that point.
Okay. So guys, here, okay, I can understand now. These application servers are not local to the presentation systems or the databases. Earlier, when this was having it, before the internet, we used to have when we don't have internet, we used to maintain everything through either LAN, WAN, or anything. One network should be there with this. Okay. If you don't have the network, once internet is introduced, you know, where the database is located, we used to set up an application server, and all the presentations with the help of the network VPN or whatever it is, it will be connected to the application server, and these two are local here. Application server and database is local. Customer point of view, whether you are connecting through internet or any of the other network, that is a different part. But the application server is web enabled here. If it is not a normal application server, web enabled application server, it is not mandatory. If your database is maintained in Netherlands or somewhere, these application server, wherever you want, you can maintain. One application server you can maintain in Germany. One application server you can see each and every country, one application server you can maintain. But earlier, database and application servers are local. So only these presentations, they used to connect it to the application server, but these two are local. But here, these application servers are web enabled. These are not normal application servers. That means the users earlier to connect it, normal application server, normal GUI is enough. This is, you can see here, this is kind of a SAP GUI for Windows. That means one small graphical user interface you need to install in your laptop or desktop. Once web concept has come, the GUI is HTML based. That means internet based HTML with the help of port number, GUI will work. So that means we don't want to install any GUI in your laptop or desktop. Getting Ramesh? GUI,
that is a web server concept.
Web server concept only.
Yeah, if you take any application apart from SAP, if you take any other application, you can host on web server.
Correct.
Using the Tomcat, we have some other web server.
Exactly.
We have that one.
So this is acting as a web server. Here, web servers will be installed, and then we can connect it.
But my question here is, to connect to the internet means, for example, when we are typing like www some ICICI.com, so that request will go to the DNS server. Why? Because the name resolution has to be appended.
See, network level, what is happening, even we don't want to think about it. It's not our job.
No, here you said that it is acting as an internet, you said, right?
No. Before internet, I am talking about after internet, what is getting changed in SAP. I'm just trying to teach you.
Okay, but that is not the feature of SAP, right? SAP is the web server concept is introduced, I think.
I'm not talking about SAP feature, guys. I'm talking about before internet, how SAP was working. After internet, how SAP is working.
Okay. Okay.
Are you getting?
Okay.
Before internet, the way we are running the businesses was different. Once internet was introduced, the way the companies are running, the flexibility they are giving to the customers was completely changed. By introduction, they have given the concept called web application server concept. Earlier, application server was a normal standalone application server. They used to maintain the place where the database is located.
Yes, the same local network they need to connect. They have to
Exactly.
come to the office. They need to come and sit on
Exactly. But later, once internet usage is increased, I'm not saying internet is a SAP feature. I never said that. Okay. Once internet is introduced, the companies, they started using internet, and the way they're running businesses was changed. So to utilize that, the application server concept is introduced. Normal application server is transformed as web application server concept. Why? Because application server, wherever you want, you can maintain. For one country, Google, how they are maintaining. Google,
Yes,
one country, one server they are keeping.
Yeah, for load balancing, they will use
Load balancing concept again is different. But here, application server is not the load balancer.
Yeah. Front end, the web application will be the load balancer to
Exactly.
accept the request. Yes.
So from the presentation across the globe, whether the customer Chandra is using a small installed GUI in his laptop or desktop, I am using internet based GUI, someone is using completely web based GUI. There are three different ways you have to connect to the
So actually, why I got this doubt means you said the web means the web server as ABAP, web server as Java, right? So in which cases we use web as Java, in which cases we use web app application. That's what.
If you are using GUI, Windows and Java, web as ABAP is enough. Web as Java will be used in case of GUI for HTML, and all internet based portal like enterprise portal, BI portal, like with the help of any port number, if you are connecting, we need to have web as Java. Without that, we cannot able to communicate it. And this is no more with SAP. Web as Java is outdated today. Okay, after S4 HANA, there is
the
no,
Fiori introduced.
everything is moved to Fiori today. This is the feature of Fiori today. So in S4 HANA, you can talk about only ABAP. That means we don't have all these things. We have everything. Everything we are working through web as ABAP, but the portal content, whatever we have earlier, whatever the activities we used to run through Java is moved to Fiori today. Okay, I'll explain each and everything, guys.
Okay, thank you.
Clear, Ramesh?
Yeah, clear.
Okay. So next, guys, here once internet was introduced, once internet usage is increased, and web as application servers are increased, that means multiple web application servers they increased. So it is no more, it's a R3 architecture. After 4.7 EE, and we cannot call this as a 3-tier architecture, because in the web, like multiple application servers we are maintaining. Earlier, we know exactly how much load you have, how many presentations we are installed, we know. So, but once you started using internet, or once you started allowing all your customers across the globe, we don't know how many people will connect it. And we don't know the exact load today. So that's why we used to maintain multiple application servers, web application servers, and the count is total 100. So 100 application servers we can connect in between database and the presentation. So based on the load which you are getting from different presentation systems, the load will be shifted between multiple application servers, and the complete load, like if the request is coming from Windows or Java or HTML or Internet Explorer or portal or anything, the request will split into ABAP and Java, then it will start processing. Finally, the database will be only one. If you have only ABAP stack, the database, like database schema will be only ABAP. If you have Java stack also, then Java stack schema will be there. So database will contain both ABAP and Java schema. So that's why they renamed this as multi-tier architecture. There is no more R3 or 3-tier architecture. Is there any questions, guys? All of you. Guys, you have to ask the questions, then only you will come to know. All of you. Any questions?
No, sir.
All of you. Okay. So if you don't have any questions, we'll stop the recording now. So you have to ask the questions, guys. Then only you will come to know. And tomorrow we'll start with the introduction to ECC. Then we'll end up with S4HANA. Like what are the versions you have, and how ECC is transformed into S4HANA. We'll end up with that. And day after tomorrow we'll end up with the introduction. And day after tomorrow we'll start with the architecture part. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. Bye.